Garry Paskwietz and Darrell Rideaux from Brian Kennedy Howard Jones Field. And Darrell, the Trojans getting ready this weekend to go to Arizona. You have good memories going down there. You with Pete's first team, getting down there and getting a big win that really turned the tide for you guys. A similar big game for the Trojans right now. 3-3, getting down there. You got a bye week on the other side. This could be a big swing game for this USC team.
And this bye week, this trip into the desert before the bye week couldn't come at a better time. This is a team that's really feeling themselves right now, playing well in the Coliseum, and after last week, overcoming adversity, learning how to finish games, now taking those lessons and taking them into the desert. Reminds me of what happened in 2001. Under Pete Carroll, a team that, again, trying to find themselves. We had to rely heavily on our veteran leadership. Chris Richard, interception that turned our season around. And for this Trojan team, we'd like to believe that in the Coliseum last weekend that they were able to summon those demons. But on the road, we're going to truly find out what this Trojan team is made of.
And you mentioned defense coming through for you guys in 2001. The Trojan defense is making some plays right now. We're seeing that. So talk about what you're seeing right now. Another good RPO team coming up in Arizona.
I love the fact that this team is really gelling. They're playing together. They're swarming around the ball and raising havoc. At times, we're noticing that they are accumulating sacks, but more importantly, disrupting the timing of these spread options. And that's what a Clandy Pendergast defense does against offenses. It really stymies them and prevents them from really get going. And it look no further than the front seven. Delayed blitzes from the linebackers, twists and stunts from the defensive line position, and more importantly, the play of the secondary, being able to kind of neutralize those passing games and forcing teams to beat you down the field. Look for USC's defense to get off to a fast start in the desert if this team is going to have any chance of winning.
Well, one thing the USC Trojans are not going to have, more than likely, is the services of Justin Davis. High ankle sprain suffered this last week. Clay Helton saying that doesn't look likely that he will play. And with the bye week coming up in Cal, it would make sense to rest him. But this is a guy who's been an integral part, Darrell, of what the Trojan offense has been able to. What do you lose without him?
Well, the first thing you lose is strength, power, and leadership. When you think of Justin Davis, you think of his versatility, his ability to catch out of the backfield, but more importantly, put one foot in the ground and go in between tackles, get those hard, much-needed yardage. And at times, even when healthy, when he was out of this lineup, you noticed a significant difference. Now look for someone like Ronald Jones to step up and really kind of find his way again. Look for T. Martin, offensive coordinator, to maybe design some plays to get him going early and often so that we can get his confidence up. But if you are going to replace someone like like Justin Davis with a guy like Ronald Jones, you're going to have to do it by committee. And that committee may also come in the form of special teams, Gary.
And the Trojan special teams are doing well right now. John Baxter coming back. And it's across the board, Darrell. It's the place kicking, it's the punting, and it's old number 2 on return game.
Yeah, and as dynamic as they come, leading the country in punt returns and in 8th in the country in kickoffs. Look for those hidden yardage to be very significant against the Wildcats. Up in Tucson is a very tricky place to play, but right now the Trojans seem to be clicking on all cylinders and still feel like their best football is yet to come.
That's our report here from Brian Kennedy Howard Jones Field. For Darrell Rideaux, this is Garry Paskwietz, WeAreSC.